Welcome to this video of Adobe Photoshop. In this lesson, we are going to make a graffiti t-shirt design by using a couple of resources which we collected previously. But if you want to make it on your own too, you also have that advantage and you also have that functionality and also availability to do that all over in Adobe Photoshop. So what we're gonna do is open up Adobe Photoshop and make sure to use the newest version of Adobe Photoshop because you are going to have like most of the newest tools Adobe Photoshop has to offer. So first things first, I'm gonna do is click on new file, and then from here you can use up whichever type of document size you want to use. We have mobile, film and video, web, and all of those. But what I'm gonna do is make up my own one. Okay, so most of the time I use the 6 width and height to be 9, and I most of the time prefer it to be inches. Okay, you can use pixels too, then you can also keep it pixels just like this, and it will convert into pixels, width and height. But I'm gonna keep it on height, or like keep it on inches, and I'm gonna keep the orientation to be portrait, resolution to be 300 pixel per inch, color mode to be RGB, but you can also keep it to be CMYK, which is also available over here. You can also have lab color, but I most of the time prefer RGB because you can use the sRGB color profile from here. Keep it to be 8-bit, but you will see 3 of these options. Well, if you have a higher end PC, then you can go up to 16-bit or 32-bit. As I have a middle end PC, then I'm going to use 8-bit, and it's also going to take up less space on my memory and also on my PC. Now you can keep the custom background. Okay, you can keep it to be white, black, background color, transparent, and you can also change the color from over this panel. What I'm going to do is keep it to be white, which is from over here. Then keep the pixel aspect ratio to be square pixel. Now after you're done, let's say I'm going to do is keep it to be graffiti design. Okay, I'm going to press on create, and it will take a bit of a time, and then you can see the new document which I need for this, this lesson of making up a t-shirt design or a graffiti t-shirt design will appear over here. Next thing what we're going to do is open up the sources or open up the resources which we are going to use in our t-shirt design. So what we're going to do is go over to file, click on open, and I'm going to use this one, okay, which is I have over here. So I'm going to do is open up this. You can open up the PSD if you want to, but I'm going to do is open up this one. You can do that, both of them. But I'm going to do is if you want like the, like the highest quality or the highest, resolution, you can also keep that to be something like this. Okay, I'm going to do is move it out. I'm going to do is going to be selecting this part of the photo so that I can keep this part only. So to do that, what we're going to do is going to be, I'm going to select on this selection tool, click on this plus, and I'm going to do is select on the areas which I need. You can see this part is being selected. You can see how it actually looks like. But you can also select the whole, the thing, which you can do. But if you don't want that, what we're going to do is press on Ctrl Z. I'm going to do is click on open and select on the folder, and I'm going to open up the JPG because I don't need this, which is PSD, because PSD files are sometimes hard to let's say select from. Okay, so I'm going to do is select this area. You can see this part has been perfectly selected on the JPG file. I'm going to do is select on these areas too. You can see how JPGs are easily selected instead of PSDs, which takes a bit of a time, and sometimes it doesn't even get selected. Okay, now, as I'm using the JPG file, you can see this is now perfectly selected. Just hold on to your left mouse key and then drag it over to the part which you want. So let's say I'm going to do is keep it like this. You can see all of them are being selected. I'm going to do is select on these areas. You can see how it looks like. Now I'm going to do is select the other parts too. Let's say I'm going to do keep it like this, keep it like this, select this one, select this one. I'm going to select all the parts which I'm going to need. You can see this part has been selected, but you can see this middle part is not selected, so I'm going to do select this area too. But I'm going to do is remove this center part, so I'm going to click on this, decrease the size a bit more. I'm going to do is select on this area, which I don't need actually. So as I'm done, I'm going to do is click on layers and click on clipping mask, or select on this, which is going to be add a mask. Now you can see how it actually looks like. If you want to remove some parts, you can do that too. But if you don't want that, just click on move. I'm going to do is click on it, left click, I'm gonna do is take it over to graffiti design and keep it over here. Now I can resize it and paste it wherever you want. So I'm gonna do is keep it something like this. Okay, I'm gonna rotate it. You can see how it looks like. Now, as I already have it, I'm gonna do is open up another file. I'm gonna click on this. I'm gonna click on this file. Click on open. I'm gonna do is go over to downloads where I have it. Let's say I'm gonna apply this one. So I'm gonna do the same thing by selecting the object. You can see how it looks like. And it will be selected in a couple of time. You can see if it does not get selected, what you're gonna do is select the parts which you actually need. Press on Ctrl Z. You can see this part has been selected. As all of the part has been selected, I'm gonna click on this clipping mask again. You can see this part has been done, or taken out. I'm gonna click on this, move it up. But if you want to crop it out first, I'm gonna click on this crop tool. I'm gonna do is keep it somewhere around like here. Keep it around like here, which I most of the time keep because I don't want the whole thing to be dragged. Okay, click on move now. I'm gonna just take it over here and paste it right around here. Okay, another thing what we're gonna do is going to be keeping this arrow under this. Okay, or you can also do something else by using the blending option and then keeping it something like this. But what I'm gonna do is keep it under here. So I'm gonna do is keep it under here. I can see the king part is now visible. I'm gonna do is decrease the size a bit more. I can see it looks a lot more better. Okay, now another thing what we can do is going to be a bit different, but I'm gonna keep it like this so that I can use it for various purposes. But I'm gonna go over here, right click on it, go to blending option. I'm gonna do is make some strokes on this arrow. I'm gonna click on stroke. I'm gonna click on color. I'm gonna select on white, press on OK. I'm gonna select it over here. I'm gonna do is keep the size to be something like this. Okay, I'm gonna keep it to be outside. I'm gonna do is keep it somewhere like this, okay, which I can see. Press on OK. Even though if it's not visible, what we're gonna do is select both of them and convert it into a smart object first so that I can move it wherever I want. If you want to apply more effect, you can use that with your brush tool and then apply more effects according to your desire. But first off, what you have to do is rasterize the layer and then you will be able to apply those effects, as you can see from over here. As I'm done with that, I'm going to do is click on it and those effects are done. Now I'm going to do is open up the mockup file where I'm going to mock up the t-shirt design. I'm going to remove both of them. I'm going to do is go over to file, click on open. I'm going to go over to another file where I have my t-shirt, the mockup files. I'm gonna go down, keep using, or most of the time use PSD files for mockup. I can see I have my t-shirt. I'm gonna click on move now, click on this. I'm gonna do is take it up to this design, paste it over here, press on OK. I can see this looks a lot more better. I'm gonna do is paste it over here. I'm gonna do is zoom out. I'm gonna do is paste it somewhere around like this. And after you're done, just click on this. You can see that you have a perfect design. Right click on it and go over to blending option. Now I'm gonna do is blend in a bit more. I'm gonna just take it up a bit here, take it here, click on layers. So I'm gonna do is, let's say I'm gonna see all of them, how it actually looks like. You can see how it looks like on each of them. You can see lighten looks a lot more better. You can see screen dodge is also good. Now from here, what we're gonna do is lighter color or lighten, which looks a lot more better. But you can also keep it to be hard light and all of those. That's totally up to you how you're gonna work with it. So I'm gonna keep it on lighten or maybe lighter color because this looks a lot more better. Now from here, what we're gonna do is going to be selecting on the objects. Let's say I'm gonna do is fix up the opacity a bit more. Okay, now you can see it looks a lot more better than how it is. After you're done, if you want more effects, from here, what we're gonna do is going to be first. I'm gonna zoom out a bit more. I'm gonna do is take it a bit above here. Now from here, I'm gonna do is select on this, some inner glow or maybe some outer glow. Let's say from here, I'm gonna add some outer glow. From here, I'm gonna do is deselect it. I'm gonna do is, as I'm on outer glow, from here, I'm gonna select the color. From here, I'm gonna do is pick the color of this. And I can see I have the outer glow to be something like this. You can see it looks a lot more better. Now I'm gonna do is press on OK. Fix the noises. Now you can see the noises a lot more. You can fix the contour, spread, and all of those. You can see I'm fixing the spread. You can fix the size too. You can see how it looks like. And I'm gonna do is press on OK. After you're done, I'm gonna do is zoom in, and you can see this looks a lot more better. Now what you're gonna do at the end is going to be going on layers. Click on both of them. Hold on to Control, and convert it into a smart object. Now as both of them has turned into a smart object, now you have a perfect t-shirt design or a graffiti t-shirt design, which you can actually print on later on. If you want to make copy, you can see how it looks like. You can see it looks like this, percent control T. Now it will look like this. But if you don't want that, percent control Z, or click on this, and you will find out that it will be removed, and you will have your perfect t-shirt design for various purposes. So hope you understood everything, and thank you for watching this video until the end.